Today I'm going to show you how this multifunction desktop stand can work for filming online educational content or maybe even teaching live via Zoom. Hello, I'm Lyric Montgomery Kennard from the Academy for Virtual Teaching, where we take creative makers and teach them the video tech they need so they can create online educational content. When you are a maker and you want to create tutorials for video or teaching online, you need things to hold your devices. Let's see how this multifunction desk stand works. Let's unbox it. It's got a lot of things with it. Oh, I think I opened it upside down. Ooh. There we go. Okay, let's start with what to hold it on the table. If you've got a nice sturdy table, it's really nice to have something that will clamp to your table. This thing, my friend, is really heavy. It's huge. It's got a big width to it. So if you have a thick table, a counter, this will work for you. Now, if you teach on a tabletop that wiggles and jiggles, you might need something different because you don't want the camera in the device to jiggle along with the table. Make sure I'm screwing it the right way. I really love that it has a big handle instead of a knob. It's much easier to turn things with your whole fist than just your fingers. Now, this is the base. Let's see what goes next. We've got the base attached. It's pretty easy to screw in the next pole. And then you've got two swing arms. Now we've got two arms that attach to the pole. You open the clamp, loosen up the screw until it can clip in, and then tighten it. Adjust it at the height that you want it to be. And then you can tighten it where you want it to go. It has a threaded mount and several ball end joints. So whatever device that you want to put on your 3/4 tread, it's pretty easy to twist it on there and then attach your phone, your camera to that. Now, this part of the kit is for holding a laptop, tablet, something that is up where you as the teacher can see it. Let's see if we can get it here. If I'm teaching live via Zoom or I'm talking to people, I can have a laptop or a tablet attached here, an overhead camera with this out of the frame. Okay, now I have somewhere to place my tablet, somewhere to place my phone, and this could screw on the top for a light. Let's see what we can get set up. Let's look at an overhead camera positioning to start with. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit, just for this review. I've attached a phone holder to the threaded screw mount on the top of this. It's interesting how it clicks into place so that you can have it all the way sideways. It has another lever that makes it easier than a screw knob to twist. This particular phone holder is fully adjustable and positionable. Usually you have your phone overhead so it can see most of the table. So far, the only disadvantage I can see to this piece of equipment is the arms don't angle. They can only go out, in, up, and down. But if you have some sort of holder for your phone or your camera on the end of the arm that can adjust angles other than just tilting back and forth, I think you're going to be just fine. I would have to play with this setup a little bit to figure out exactly how I like things, how they're out of my way, how the students can see the best view. I think I would put the phone a little bit higher and above my shoulder level so that I don't bump into it. This setup also includes a top mount on the pole. I would suggest putting a light there. Let's see how it works. I use these pretty sizable LED light panels. They're not super light, but we'll see how the device holds. You can move it all different ways. It can be up, down, angled. You can't get it out unless you put it on one of the arms, but this might work just fine. Let's tighten everything up and see how it works. It looks to me like it will probably work just fine and hold any kind of lighting that you want it to hold. If you're teaching live via Zoom, having your laptop, that way you can talk to your students and they make eye contact. You can keep an eye on what's going on. If you're recording a tutorial, you can plug in your phone or whatever you're using as a recording device and use your tablet or your computer as a monitor so that you can make sure that everything in the frame is going on without having to go up and down and check the overhead camera. Now this holder is really sturdy once you get it tightened up. It's got all kinds of levers and knobs and you can move it all around. Let's test how nice and strong it is for holding a laptop. Okay, let's make sure it can hold it. It's got nice kind of sticky pads and the lip that will hold the laptop on, but nothing to clamp it in. The ultimate test. It's looking pretty good. I could position this out of the way just far enough that I can still reach the keyboard and see my students and talk to them, see what they're doing, run the Zoom controls, or just monitor what's going on in the overhead camera. After using this setup for a little bit, I'd say it's pretty good. It is sturdy and it's fine. Although you can see how my table is a little shaky. It's not a heavy solid table, it's pretty cheap. And every time I move it, my camera and my computer move. That's not good. If, however, you don't bump your table or your table is nice and solid and sturdy, this is fantastic. The computer or tablet holder feels really solid. It's sticky enough that I don't feel my device is going to fall off and die a horrid death. It stays where I want it, and it's also pretty easy to position it. The overhead device holder is also just as sturdy. These pieces are made out of metal, not plastic, and I don't think they'll wear out anytime soon. So durability, fantastic. Movability, 3/4 of the way there, unless you need really angled shots. For usability, if your hands aren't as strong, most of the adjustments have a good sized knob or lever. The knobs that adjust the arms so you can lift them up and down are smaller. They don't have big knobs. You do have to use your fingers. So it makes it a little bit harder, but they're manageable. I could do it. On the two ball joint mounts, they also have a pretty small little knob that only can be tightened with your fingers, but it's not too hard. The ones that you have to crank really tight, they're levers, so you can manage. The only difficulty for positioning is if you need an up and over the shoulder angled shot, there's really no way to get your device down and over your shoulder without the arm being in the way of your body. So who is this setup really great for? As long as you don't have over the shoulder angled shots, you'll be fine. As long as you have a table that's nice and sturdy, that you don't shake so that your camera or your device shakes, it's fabulous. For teaching live via Zoom or monitoring what you're filming overhead, this is a wonderful setup. If you're interested in learning more about the tech you need to create educational video content, whether you're creating YouTube tutorials or teaching live via Zoom or creating on-demand classes or content for your social media advertising, I invite you to join us at the Academy for Virtual Teaching. You can find us at a4vt.com. The general membership is free. We have lots of equipment recommendations and a wonderful community of people who are building their businesses, teaching what they love to make. Stay creative, my friends.